common question comes up, should I rent or sell my home? And so first maybe you look at if I was going to rent it. If you're going to rent it, I think the most important thing in this question is what is the potential for appreciation of this property? Because if it's not going to appreciate, then it really doesn't make any sense to keep it. So you want to make sure there's some reasonable chance that this property is going to appreciate in the next 5 to 10 years. So let's say you're going to sell the property in 10 years, you have a 10-year horizon. What do we think potentially that property is going to be worth in 10 years? And what are going to be the taxes if I go to sell it? Second issue for renting is, will my rental income equal my rental expenses, or am I going to have a negative cash flow? So you're going to want to factor that into the equation over the 10 years. So at the 10 years, what you'll have is, this is what I think the property is going to be worth after taxes, and then this is the cash flow on the property, or negative cash flow. On the other side of the equation, what if I were to sell the property? Well, first of all, if it's your primary residence, keep in mind that if you've lived in it at least 2 of the last 5 years and occupied it as your primary residence. If you're single, you have a $250,000 exclusion. If you are married, then you have a $500,000 exclusion. So that's important, because if you go ahead and rent the property and now it's a rental and you hold on to it for 10 years, you've lost that $250,000 or $500,000 exclusion, and that can be very important. The other thing that goes into if I should sell my house is, do you need the proceeds for another residence? And so that would factor into it as well. So on the rental side, what's the potential for appreciation? What's the cash flow, negative or positive? If I go ahead and keep it and rent it, if I go ahead and sell it, what are the taxes going to be? And what am I trying to accomplish here? Am I going to be buying another residence? And what are going to be the after-tax proceeds from the sale?